guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're going to talk about an ownership review, 33,000 mile ownership review of my 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now this is my wife's daily driver. I did a video a couple months ago, probably 6 months ago, that the lease was up. It was a 3-year, 12,000 mile a year, 36-month lease. That has come and gone. It may have been a 39-month lease now that I'm thinking about it. We extended for another 6 months, and now that 6 months is gone, pretty much we have a couple weeks left, so we have to decide what to do now. And I'll go over the options of what we're doing, and then I'll go over, well, first I'll go over the what I like about this Jeep and what I don't like about this Jeep. So if you like these kind of videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video so our channel can grow. And as always, leave a positive comment below. If you're a subscriber already, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. I do at least 2 to 3 videos a week, and you won't know unless you hit the notification bell. All right, so New Year's Eve of 2019, we leased this Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited with the Lux 2 package. And you definitely want the Lux 2 package because it gives you this dual pane sunroof. It gives you, I believe, cooled seats, and I believe it gives you the heated rear seats, among other things. So it's well worth it. It's like $20 or more, $20 a month more on your lease payment. Now, what does the Limited give you? The Limited gives you leather interior. So you usually see Laredo discounted leases, and the Laredo's fine. The only difference is that's cloth, not leather. So with the Limited, you step up to the leather. Lux 2 package, you get a couple other things here. Now, I've gone over a lot of these in the ownership reviews. It's getting hot in here, so I got to turn on the air. I've gone over a couple of these in the ownership reviews, and I'm not going to repeat myself here. So what I'm going to go over is what I haven't done already. So options that are really good in this car. Rear view camera is excellent. The infotainment's excellent. I have videos of just doing that, so browse the channel and you'll see that. So we've owned a bunch of Jeep Cherokees. I wouldn't be surprised if we had 5 or 6 of them. My favorite being a 2008 SRT Cherokee, which was before I had a YouTube channel. That I bought used. Now Haggerty names it as one of their 10 future collector vehicles, and I certainly understand with that Hemi engine. Very fast, like 4 or 5 seconds, 0 to 60 time. So anyway, this was my wife's daily driver. I use it a lot. Out of these 33,000 miles, I bet you most of them were put by me. She has a very short commute where I travel up and down the turnpike doing commercial real estate. I do a lot of industrial warehouses, service centers for car dealerships. So a lot of the places I go to, like Newark, Jersey City, has a lot of potholes. So I a lot of times take this just because I have a higher sidewall with these tires, and I'm less likely, and I have ground clearance, less likely to get a flat tire. So I've probably put most of the miles, though I'd maybe drive this twice a week instead of 5 times a week or once a week. It's been great, as opposed to our 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I have a 60,000 mile review on that because we leased that for 3 years and then bought it, owned it another 2 or 3 years. By the time it hit 60,000 miles, had all kinds of problems. Now again, to be fair, this only has about 33,000 miles, so most of those problems didn't come till later. We had various oil leaks and a lot of leaks all over the car, and it needed about $7,000 worth of repairs, so we traded it in for this and we leased this. Now we got a great deal. At the time, the Jeep Grand Cherokee had been out for a long time, so they were severely discounted, which was to our favor. So before this, they actually had a we had our 2014 for $486 a month with minimum down, 3 years, 36,000 miles. And when we got this 2019, so 5 years later, we were able to get this with sales tax for $411 a month, 3-year deal. And this car new was about $45,000. But we got like 7 or 8 off sticker because the deals were that good. So instead of paying $486 a month for our old one, which is our old lease, we can get a brand new vehicle back at the end of 2019. And I think we did it New Year's Eve too, so we got a really, probably even an extra discount because who buys a vehicle on New Year's Eve? And we got this down to $2,011 a month. So now we're spoiled with, $411 a month. So now we're spoiled with that lease payment. A new Jeep Grand Cherokee that we looked at, not the L, but the new 2022 version that was revised when we looked a couple months ago, maybe 6 months ago, probably over the winter. It was like $550 a month with $8,000 down. This was almost nothing down for $411 a month. So yeah, that lease payment definitely spoiled us. So now we leased it through US Bank. So the problem is with a lot of these leasing companies now, they want the car back because there's such a shortage. So our buyout only pertains to us or a US Bank affiliated dealer if we buy or finance through US Bank again. So I can't just sell this outright to the Jeep dealer because I have probably $4,000 in equity in it. From what I can tell, it's worth about $28,000. The trade-in value with the 33,000 miles, 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited, one owner, no paintwork, no accidents, with the Lux 2 package. And we've taken it to dealers and they've given us a trade-in value of $28,000. The issue here is going to be with US Bank. I just can't sell it outright to a dealer, or say, I don't know, Acura has a nice lease on the RDX or the GLC or the X3 and I want to take it. If I don't lease again through US Bank, where the lease payment is probably higher than the manufacturer, or finance it through them, then I don't get the benefit of this low buyout. So let's go over that. If I want to buy it out with sales tax, and again, the 6 months was over, so we extended it for the 36-month lease or 39-month lease, whatever it was over, so I extended it for an extra 6 months. So it's really, at the end of the day, what, a 45-month lease. My buyout with sales tax is very low. It's about $22,500, give or take. If I want to trade it into a US Bank dealer and I go again with this situation, I go with US Bank again, whether it's a finance or lease, then it's like $500 more. It's like $23,000. So that's not bad, because then I have the convenience. Because for me to get that buyout for $22,500, not only do I have to buy it out, I pay the sales tax, then I got to go to DMV and register it and get the title. So US Bank can send me the paperwork right now. That probably takes a week to get, a week for me to fill out the paperwork, or a couple days, send it back to them, and then it takes at least 14 days to get the information from them, the title. So once I go to DMV with the title, so figure it's going to take me 2 to 4 weeks to do all that. Now the market could change. I probably won't have $28,000 value on this car anymore, and I probably won't, who knows what the market's going to be, what's available, what's not available. So I'm taking a big chance there. So for that extra $500, I might as well find a US Bank dealer now to rectify the situation, and then I can trade it in for like $23,000 and then get my $4,000 or $5,000 in equity. Prices have gone up on used cars and probably on leases, $4,000 to $5,000, so it's kind of a wash. I'm getting more, when I leased this in 2019, I assumed it would have zero value at lease end. Here it's going to give me $4,000 or $5,000, but I'll pay $4,000 or $5,000 to the new car, so it washes out, right? Because I would have zero trade-in for the new car, zero equity from this. Now I have $4,000 to $5,000 in equity from this, and the new car probably has a $4,000 or $5,000 higher payment to keep it where it was. So it kind of washes itself out, which I'm okay with. Riding this car is excellent. It really is. You have a lot of meat on the tires, a lot of sidewall, which you don't get on cars that I drive, my sports cars. So it is a very comfortable ride. It's about 8 seconds, 0 to 60 with the Pentastar V6, and V8 engines options are available. What I like most about this car is probably the ride, so far the reliability, and I think 2019 with the infotainment, especially like stuff like the backup camera, is a huge improvement, bumpy road there, over the 2014 models. Let's go left here. So now if I don't buy a car from US Bank, say I just want to trade it in, I want to get a Mercedes from a dealer that isn't a US Bank, or a Chevy, it doesn't matter what it is, then what I have to do is the buyout for that dealer to buy the car from me, because the contractors will need, not the dealer, is $38,000. So now, like BMW doesn't want you to buy the leases anymore, so we're seeing more and more of this. So US Bank essentially wants the car back. They don't want the dealer to buy it and sell it. They want to be able to get it back and sell it to a dealer. So that's the conundrum there. So I really have to find, either buy it out, pay the sales tax, wait a month, hope that everything is still normal and I can get the car my wife wants, and we're not sure what car that is. We'll go over those in a second. And the market could change drastically in 30 days. I could lose all my equity, or just find a US Bank dealer now. So I think that's what we're probably going to do, and I'll do update videos on this. Car she is considering is certified pre-owned Mercedes GLC, X3, RDX, and the Q5. We had the Q5. I don't know what video you'll see first, but I loved it. The only thing, Q5 living here in northern New Jersey, where we get a lot of cold and snow, she definitely wants a remote start, which is not available with this car. Well, with the Q5. So the Jeeps come with remote start. It's like a $100 option, $150 option, and it works fantastic. It also works well in the summer on a 90-degree day like today. The Q5, it's like $2,000 or $3,000 to put in a remote start because you need a third key. They hide in the fender. I think you could be voiding some of your warranty or all of your warranty, so it's probably not worth doing it. BMW for the X3 didn't go to remote start to 2020. Mercedes has the remote start somewhere around that timeline, 2020, but you use your phone, so it's not as easy as the key fob. So we'll see how it goes with that. Any downsides to the Jeep Grand Cherokee? I wish it had more power. I mean, it's very slow. The new one has a more gears in the transmission. I did a video on that. It escapes me, like an 8, 9, 10-speed transmission, something like that. Correct me in the comments below. So it makes a big difference as far as acceleration goes. I think it is about a second faster, 0 to 60, or at least half a second. This is pretty slow at 8.1 seconds, but it, you know, gets the job done. But you don't have too much highway passing power. Gas mileage is okay, about 17 miles per gallon. You could probably get low 20s on the highway if you drive conservatively. We're driving more around town, so we're probably closer to that 17 even range. It's got a big fuel tank. It's got about 20 gallons, so you do have probably 450 miles range or something like that, probably even more if you were doing a highway trip. So everything's great about this. We love it. It's been real reliable. I think at this point we don't need such a big car. And, you know, we want something maybe that's a little bit more fun to drive. I mean, it's definitely, this is very off-road capable. We have all seasons, but in the winter, if you put snow tires, this would be fantastic. So overall, we're very happy with it. We would definitely buy it again. I think the problem for us is the new Jeep now is not discounted anymore. It just came out, so the lease prices are real high. $550 a month with $8,000 down, not worth it for a 12-year, 36,000-mile lease for a $45,000 to $50,000 car that you're paying full sticker for. And I think it's even bigger, even though it's the non-L version, the regular version, it's bigger than this, and obviously we don't need something this size anymore. Probably have something a little better handling with you know, better fuel efficiency as a daily driver. A lot of options you can't get now in the new cars, like say cooled seats, or you know, a lot of stuff is missing because of the chip shortage. So that's another hesitant to get a new car. But overall, this we've loved it. I think it's 10 times better, not 10 times, but much better than 2014 as far as quality and updates. You know, again, love the rear view camera, love the cooled seats. Navigation, I'm not a tech guy, is so easy to use. So if, for somebody like me who's more into performance than tech, even I can figure it out. Now, one problem we do have with this car, and we haven't been able to solve it recently, the USB and I guess cigarette lighter doesn't work. I don't smoke, but I use the cigarette lighter for my radar detector. So that took out the Apple CarPlay, because the Apple CarPlay for the 2019 model year, it might be wireless on the new ones, the 2022, but for this generation it is not. So we can't use Apple CarPlay anymore or charge our phones. I think the back USB does work, so we can do that. So that's something to think about. I don't even know how to fix it. I tried to replace fuses. It wasn't the fuses. It seems like it's a common problem. If you know how to fix that, leave a comment in the comment section below. All right, guys, so that's it. So this car has been fantastic. We love it. That's why we extended the lease for 3 years. I don't think the new Jeep, though the transmission is better, has better acceleration, and they went with piano black with the new Jeep, and I think that's just with a family of 4. That's just, you know, dust waiting to happen, which drives us crazy, the piano black, and all you see is the fingerprints and everything. So not the best. I wish they had done something different like my M340 BMW did, with kind of like the graded infotainment, which or Mercedes does with the fake wood, or the wood that doesn't have as much dust as piano black. But it's been great. We love it. I definitely highly recommend getting one of this vintage around 2019, give or take. I think the new one has potential to be great, but I think at the price point now, with the shortage and selling full sticker, it's probably not worth the money right now. But let me know what you think in the comments, and let me know what you think we should get next, and let me know what you want me to review next. Always like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell me what's the next car you want to see, and I'll try to go out and review that car. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.